Alrighty, we're back. So yeah, this is basically how I'm going to have to work things for a little bit here. Not my favorite thing, but this is how it's going to have to work. So yeah, no, come on now, shut up. Discard. I have to spend 5 minutes trying to figure this shit out. Nope. Back for an email. There we go. Ah, interesting. Apocalypse just sent me a message. But yeah, it's very interesting. I'm gonna wait for Apocalypse to start up, but it's very okay. There we go. But yeah, Apocalypse. Did you hear about the whole Lauren Southern and Brittany Pisby, whatever her name is, and her boyfriend, YouTuber, conservative, libertarian, whatever journalist that were detained in the UK? Because that was a very interesting story. It happened, 4 or 5 days ago, something like that. So, what did you think? Yes, you did. What did you think of that? Because it's very interesting. Very interesting what's happening. Pettibone. It's with an I, not a Y. You sexist. God Almighty, Apocalypse. Yeah, you did the gender chromosome Y just to be oppressive, didn't you? It's patriarchy. It's an I, not a Y. God Almighty. She identifies as an I, not a Y. I tell you. That's the problem with you patriarchal pigs, is that just try to oppress us with your language. Goddamn right, you better be sorry. Jesus. Trying to impose the patriarchal, scientific, heteronormative. Oh, God. She's pretty cute, though. Good God. Yeah, both of those ladies are cute. Jesus Christ. And the nice thing is they're internally attractive too. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're young goofballs. I mean, I have to ask you a question, actually. When do you have to stop calling yourself young? I'm not talking about the, I'm 50 years young type of thing, but what age do you have to stop calling yourself young? Because I'm kind of curious, because I'm going to be 30 here in a couple months. And should I still call myself young? I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think. You stop being young when you are 23. How old are you, Apocalypse? I can't remember how old you were. 57, 24, 36, 47. What age do you identify as? Sorry. Where's the podium? I need to apologize. I'm sorry. What age do you identify as? So Apocalypse identifies as 34. Very nice. Well, I'm 29 and I identify as 62. So you're in good company, right? Dennis. You like women's innards? Yes, I agree too. That's good stuff. Well, thank you very much, Dennis. D-Y-C-H-E, Dicey. Dennis Dice with a Y, not an I. We need to make sure that we make sure to get our vowels right. Jeopardy rules, they matter. But anywho, so I'm just curious, do you guys think that that there is obviously there's a bias towards conservative voices, just like there's a bias towards liberal voices, blah, blah, blah. This from that Discord chat you will join after this podcast. Okay, cool. Will do. But do you think, besides the obvious fact that when you go to CNN, they're going to obviously be blasphemous and slanderous and libelous when it comes to conservative voices, blah, blah, blah. Just like Fox News, it's the same shit. I am not a fan of either of those. I really don't think pretty much anybody on any of those CNNs, blah, blah, blahs, the MSNBCs, you get it, are credible because it's just a tribal thing. But yeah, so is there truly a do we need to be concerned about the amount of suppression, if you will, of conservative left or right leaning libertarian voices out there in the world? So what do you think? Let's see, Apocalypse. We can look at anything, but understand everything's biased and factored into a collection of cherry-picked facts from Fox to HuffPo. Ugh. Okay. I have to ask, what do you think is the worst right-leaning and left-leaning media feeds? I'll give you my favorites that I hate so much. And the funny thing is, maybe I'm just too inexperienced with a conservative side, which is kind of funny because I've been watching a lot of conservative side stuff the last 3-4 years. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, man. Don't do politics. Live with what you have to deal with. Exactly. So, I mean, what do you think is the worst on the left and the right? Because I think AJ is usually the most cringeworthy, and conservative websites, the Federalist or National Review. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. And you know what the funny thing is? And this is another reason why it stinks to it sucks, because it'd be kind of nice to be a part of a political group and kind of fight for the rights, blah blah blah, fight for the ideology, etc., etc. But the thing is, the right will always be associated with white nationalism, the KKK, the oppression of insert not heterosexual white male group, blah blah thing. It'll always be associated with that, even though the left kind of doesn't really like to acknowledge the fact that the left and the Democrats were kind of in the back in the day, they were kind of the root cause of most of that. But hey, I digress. The KKK wasn't a real Republican or conservative or righty-tighty group, but let's just but I digress. This is a very good one. Dennis says, hence why I don't vote. I don't bitch or complain. I just deal with it as it comes. Fair enough. Well, that's what I like. I don't vote either. I mean, I'll vote. I voted for Brock back in 2008, and I was, how old was I? I was 20, just turned 20. Voted for Brock. Didn't vote in 2012 or 2016. Voted for Brock. Over John McCain, war hero, and all that good stuff. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, let's get back to the whole righty-tighty, lefty-loosey news feeds that suck. But I think that the worst, out of all of them, obviously there's going to be bias here, but I think the worst by far, as all news media outlets goes, is BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed to me is by far the worst. I mean, and I'll even do the whole Hitler Nazi crap here. Is BuzzFeed is so much like that, in the sense of you read the articles and you cannot believe. It's funny because they so many of the lefties talk about how much how awful Breitbart is, how racist and slanderous and sexist and homophobic and blah, all this stuff. How how Breitbart is a prominent news source, etc., very, reaches a lot of ears and so on and so forth, has a lot of voice. And then but yet people, well, especially from the left, won't talk about BuzzFeed when they'll put out videos that will get millions of views, that reaches millions of people, talking about how what 36 things men need to do to make the world better. What was it? What was that stupid video? 36 things 36 things women tell men how to make the world better, whatever it is, and all of it was just complete garbage. 36 things Asians tell white people. 36 things black people tell white people. It's just, how is that productive? How is that, in any sense of the word, productive to society? And not only that, how is it even true? So I personally will always think BuzzFeed is the worst news outlet out there, by far. So, Apocalypse, are you doing a podcast here soon, right now, a little bit later? Because I would like to know. But yeah, Dennis, hence why I don't vote. I am on the same boat with you. Just regular podcast. Well, I'd like to join the podcast and listen to you talk. But yeah, start a podcast here right after this. I only got a couple of minutes, so just start the podcast here in a couple of minutes after I get done with mine. I only got 2 minutes. But yeah, start it up here soon. Get ready, and I'd love to listen to your podcast and do all that good stuff. But yeah, Dennis, I completely agree. I mean, hence why I don't vote. I don't like being a part of that system that does damn near nothing. And but the only thing is, I do like voicing my opinion, though. I mean, is what I like to do. It's very interesting. I think it opens up, because what I'd like to do is understand what the situation is, understand what politics is, understand the sides of people that I agree with, disagree with, etc., etc. So I really like communicating with people about politics, because, when you're young and dumb, it's important to talk. But I right now I don't have much faith in this whole Lauren Southern and all that stuff, that detainment and banning them from the UK, trying to at least they're suing them, but I don't really know how well that's going to go, suing an entire continent, or country rather, but I don't know how that's going to go. But it's all, I in a weird way, I think there's going to be a civil war that's going to break out. Not 1860 here, but there's definitely going to be some type of civil war. The Antifas and the liberal psycho fucking nutcase feminists and the right-winger psychopaths that are so emphatic about their side, etc., etc. I don't know. I just don't feel confident that we're going to avoid a civil war here. But hey, I'm gonna join Apocalypse in his thing here. I got seconds here. But yeah, thank you guys very much for joining the podcast. Have a good night.